See, it won't show you. Okay, if the comments ain't on, then it won't show you.
I have no idea.
I don't either. There's one person in here. Yeah, we can turn them on. I don't.
Also, isn't it so dumb that that's not it's not a water sign and it has awkward in the name? I know someone crazy that this water sign. Okay, buddy. What do you say?
Don't pay attention to that comment that I have there. I don't know how to change it because I never go live. So this is going to be about vision boards. So I'm trying to wait. If you're one of my like OGs and I've talked to you about modding, holler at me and I'll set you up to be a mod. I don't know if the comments turn into too much of an issue because I know how it can get on here. I'll just turn them off. I'm not gonna be reading them once I start talking anyway. Oh, I can't do that on here or I will get banned. I can't vape on my. They will ban you. Okay. What did I do with my? Okay. All right. So this isn't gonna really be about like I'm not gonna like show you my poster board and what I'm putting on it. I'm just gonna go through like what can go into a vision board and the premise behind a vision board, how they work, stuff like that, and then it'll be up to you to go make your own. I've been doing vision boards for many years. I've also done, and this is if anybody wants to go and buy this, it's up to you, but there is a workbook for this, and it's by Leonie Dawson, and it's got a different name every year, and it's I'll just say the title from one of the years. It's Create Your Shining Year. I think that was like 2018, whatever. So you get this workbook and you go through the workbook and it has, so that's one thing I've already had people that are here to do is do a list of things that you want to leave in 2022. And you do this in the workbook and you go through and you write it all down, and before you start your vision board for 2023, you'll take your list of the things that you want to leave in 2022 and you will burn it. And another thing that I got from this workbook, it's something that even though I don't do the workbook every year, I do still do this every year for my vision boards, and that's to choose a word for the year. Be careful with this. Last year I chose the word peace because in years prior I did transformation one year. You don't want that to be your word for the year because that's all you're going to do. And it was, I've since like tried to stop manifesting transformation or like great change because you're going to have great change. So that's just not what I want for my word of the year. Now, if you're wanting to do that and have, drastic change, you can do that. You can focus on change. But in the things I talked this week saying I was going to share the things that I had done that I felt I did wrong, even though there's no right or wrong way. You can do whatever you want. I'm just sharing what worked for me and what did not work for me. And what did not work for me was using big words like transformation and change. And also, and this is one of the things that was in the Leonie Dawson workbook that did not work for me. And that is, there is a place to write your shoot the moon goals. Now, shoot the moon goals are great. But one of the things I wrote down was to live in a treehouse in Japan. Exactly how was I going to get to Japan? I barely had a job, and the job I did have wasn't enough to get me to Japan. Crazy stuff like that. trips, I would always like, yeah, I want to go, Iceland, just crazy stuff. And yeah, okay, wanting crazy stuff that, give yourself one shoot the moon goal, but still try to make it attainable, logical. Like, it should make sense. Like, if you I did that every year, I would make these crazy goals that would have no, like, foundation in reality or would have no real, like, actionable steps that I could use to achieve these goals. So, as you're making your goals, make sure they are logical, that they make sense, and that you are, they are things that you can write. Also, sit down and write down the steps that you need to take to achieve that goal. And that is where, like, journaling or having a planner can go, with your vision board. So you've done your list of things you want to let go of in 2022, and you're sitting down to start your vision board. You write your word at the top, and then I went down to the Value Village today and got a bunch of old magazines. And you go through and you decide if you want to make a list beforehand, you can. You don't have to be that detailed about it. And you cut out the pictures or decide what you want your goals to be in this year. And one of the things in the Leonie Dawson workbook that I did that I really liked, even though I thought it was a whole lot, was to do a list of 100 things, 100 goals for this year, for 2023. It was always really hard to come up with 100 things. So I would scale it back, 50 things, 20 things. So it's up to you. You make yourself a little list of the things that you do want your goals in 2023. And then you narrow them down, keep narrowing them down until you have enough, to put on a vision board. You don't need more than, I cut my poster board in half because the big, huge vision boards were always just a little overwhelming to me. So I feel like I can fill this thing up a lot better than I could a full sheet. But yeah, choose 5 or 6 things to go on your vision board. And these need to be things, because you'll hang your vision board up every day where you can see it. And so every day as you're seeing it, you'll see these goals, the goals and the things that you want to do. And as you're walking by it in the morning or wherever, some people like to put them next to their mirror where they get dressed for the day, somewhere like beside their bed where they look at them, beside the door. So when you're walking out, you can see there's my vision board, okay? And you can already think about it. Like, as you're walking out the door and you see your vision board, or while you're getting dressed, you see your vision board, think about it. Think about what you're going to do that day to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. And one thing that I've started doing since is when I do a vision board for each goal, I do try to make sure that I can sit down and write actionable items, the steps that I need to take to achieve the goal. Okay, so I want to travel to the UK this year. Okay, that's not a goal I have right now, but okay, if it were, I want to go to the UK this year. So for what that would look like, really planning it is to sit down and write down the steps that I would need. Figure up, how much is the trip going to cost, where you're going to stay, do you need a passport, things like that. And you can write that down. Okay, I need this much money. I need a passport, plane ticket, the flight, the action items that it's going to require to achieve that goal. Okay, want a new job. Okay, new job. You're not going to get a new job if you don't fill out an application or send resumes. Like, you're just not going to just have a job laying in your lap. The real world don't work that way. So, okay, you want a new job. Okay, what steps are you going to use to get a new job? What kind of job do you want? What are you wanting to make? Do you require benefits? Those are action items also. Like, narrow it down. Make the goal actually attainable. Don't just take it there and stick it on the vision board and expect it just to happen. Things don't really work that way. And that's where I messed up vision boarding before, is I would just make a vision board and put some of the craziest goals and stuff that I was never going to achieve. And, even though I knew that I needed to do these action items, I didn't. And so at the end of the year, I'd pulled out my vision board and had not achieved a single thing on it because the goals that I had set were just, they weren't logical at all for me. So and the basis of a vision board is the law of attraction. Now, while I do feel that the law of attraction is valid in a lot of ways, I suffer from mental illness. I know a ton of people that do too. And the whole thing about changing your mindset, change your reality, yeah, that didn't work for me. I couldn't change my mindset. So we use the law of attraction in a lot of ways, but then there are some ways where it is an ableist thought. So I don't think that you can, obviously shift your whole life by just changing how you think. I think it's a whole lot deeper than that. I know it's much easier said than done. And this is just to get us focused on our goals. Because, you can do a resolution, right? We're going to say it, right? Okay, so just say a resolution. You want to lose weight, right? Okay, we'll lose weight this year. So you just make a resolution. Join the gym. Okay, how much weight do you want to lose? You need to, I would even sit down and go so far as, deciding, what kind of weight, how you're going to work out, all these things. But the resolution thing is like you're just saying it out loud and just kind of flying by the seat of your pants. And everybody knows that most resolutions, people have usually given up on them, fell off, whatever. By February, March, the resolutions are over with. So that's where writing them down comes into play. Most people don't write down their goals. Most people just make a resolution, tell a few people, and then they're off to the races, and then it fails. So what I learned from Leonie Dawson and other people was that in writing down your goals, you are more likely to remember them, to follow through with them, and not to fall off, to continue working on your goals, your resolutions. And then also, things will happen that you don't write down. That's fine. It's life. Nobody can plan anything and everything. Shit's going to happen. So, and that's another thing too. If things start happening, it's not on your vision board, you cannot be hard on yourself. Don't do that. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't try to feel any kind of way. And I speak on this just because being somebody that, struggled with mental illness, going through, spirituality, years ago, it really could make you feel like, what's wrong with me? I can't change my mindset. I can't, because, when you have a whole ass disorder, you can't. People like us can't just change our mindset. So I just don't want anybody to feel that way. If your vision board does not come to fruition, it's fine. Everything on it's not going to come to fruition. That's fine too. So, and then also you might have some life-changing, something big happen this year that you don't plan for. That's okay. So none of us, and this is a huge Aquarius thing. If things don't go to plan, I can tend to freak out a little bit. I think a lot of people do. They want that stability. So when things don't go to plan, it's fine. Don't stress out about it. It's fine. So what we're going to do tonight, we're just going to sit down. I just wanted to talk about this, and I'm going to turn you guys loose. And then we're going to make our vision boards here. I'm not going to live stream all that because I don't think it'd be a whole lot of fun for y'all to watch me cut out paper. I will do a TikTok video, just a post of our vision boards once we get done. But on mine this year, I'll go ahead and talk about what I'm going to put on mine. My word for the year, I genuinely might use peace again because that's what I used last year, and I was able to achieve peace in my life. And that's a big deal because my life has been pure chaos for as long as I can remember. So achieving peace is yeah, that's very important to me, achieving, maintaining, keeping peace. So that's probably very much going to be my, or stability. That's always a big goal for me. So yeah, those are my words for this year. And I will share what we come up with here. But I'm also going to do, I do want to become a healthier person. So I want to start, like, working out with my sister, eating healthier. I've kind of already been buying groceries to start the eating healthier thing. Drink more water. That's huge. I don't ever drink enough water. So I think a lot of people don't. But that's a big thing I want to do this year is I want to, work on my health. I want to exercise, drink more water, eat healthy, stop smoking. And I say that every year and whatever, but that's a whole... When you're dealing with addictive things, yeah, there definitely has to be action items to do that. So, I want to be healthier. I want to live comfortably. I don't want to be rich. I'd like to be comfortable, which I am now. So, but that I'm about to graduate college, so that's going to be a thing. Mine is going to be graduating college. I'm already in college, but it could be for somebody else to go back to school. That could be a big goal for this year. And, in choosing something like that, you're asking to change your life and you're making the steps to do that. That's a big one. And I have found that, like, in going back to school, that'll check off a whole lot of my bases. So for me, this year is going to be to graduate from school. But yeah, you could make that a goal for this year that you want to go back to school. So graduating from school, I do want to travel this year. At least one. I'll put down one place. One place, not crazy. We're not Japan or something insane. I do want to get a passport also this year. After I graduate and get my job, I want a new car. That's a big one. My car, it's got to make it the rest of the year. That's all I need from it. It's the rest of the year, and then I got to get something else. And those are like my big ones. So me and my sister are talking about moving in February. That is going to happen already. So, but it's not a goal that I have to write down because I already know it's going to happen. It's coming. That's the way it is. And that's probably all I'm going to put on mine, honestly, this year. I don't have any like super personal things. Like I ended my toxic relationship and I've, been single. So there's not anything crazy I need to do with that because I did that. I did that in August. But I mean, if that's something that you're doing, yeah, if it's something that you need to do, you can write that down and you can go separately off into your journal and write down your action items. Like, what are you going to do that to get out of that toxic situation? It could also be a friendship too, that there's something going on that's not good for you. But so with that, if there is something that you're really wanting to not, with the relationship thing, I would put that on the list that we made at the beginning of things you want to leave in 2022. Try not to put anything on the vision board that is not what you're trying to call in to your life. So don't put anything I wouldn't put no smoking. Instead of like no smoking, put just be healthier or stop smoking. Stop smoking, stop. You don't want any kind of like negative words on the vision board. I would try to keep them positive, like be more healthy, stuff like that. I wouldn't put stop smoking. Oh, okay. I see your comment, Vanessa. Yeah, something happened. It was pretty bad before. Like it was pretty bad before. But it just progressively was getting worse and worse. And I didn't feel safe anymore. So I left. But, yeah, there was, and like, that's my MO anyway, is terrible taste. So he's not the one that I just talked about in the video I did before. That was a different ex, but yeah. Okay. So I'm trying to think of anything else. I think I pretty much covered everything. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions? And like, this will be recorded and I'm going to put it up onto my YouTube. So if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask them. If you don't, you can of course always ask questions in the comments on the YouTube when I upload it there. I may not get it up. Yeah, I didn't get to make vision boards in school either. It was something I learned when I started on my spiritual path. But yeah, I never heard of them. But it is something like, I used to do them with Kyle. When Kyle was little, we would do them every New Year's Eve. It's something we always did. And yeah, it's something you can do. Let your kids do it too. Like, Kyle would put get good grades and stuff like that on hers when she was in elementary school. But it's something that you can let everybody can make a vision board. Like, let everybody sit down, and you'll be amazed at the stuff that your kids can come up with for these things. Like, they actually think of some legit things. So it's really something that it's not, and there's no like right or wrong way. Like, it's really not. You can put whatever you want on it. It's up to you. I'm surprised. No, I'm not surprised. I can see how a lot of people don't know about them. And I haven't seen a whole lot of people on TikTok talk about them either. And it's really kind of like doing like a big spell for yourself for the year. You know, you're using your words. And you could do that. You could make it magical. When you make the vision board, you know, call in your guides and read it to them, you know, make a ritual around it. It's a very personal thing. You can do it however you want. I keep forgetting I can't vape on here. They'll ban me. I don't ever go live. Yeah, and you can do that too. It doesn't have to, you don't have to do the pictures and stuff, but I guess when they started doing the vision boards, the pictures were so that you could visualize what it would look like for you to achieve those goals. So that's why I think people like to cut out the pictures and put it, because it does help you with the visualization part of the goals. So you can actually, because you know that we say that in spell work too, is like, you know, when you're doing a spell to manifest something, you're supposed to envision yourself doing whatever. Well, with the, you know, vision board, you can kind of actually do that. And like, if you wanted to get really deep into it, you could cut out like a picture of a person on the beach. You could print off a picture of yourself and put your head on that person too. If you wanted to get like that detailed, you could do that. Yeah, the pictures are awesome. Pictures can help. Yeah, and you'll know. You like when you cut that picture out and put it there, you'll know what it was for. You'll know where you were at when, you know, it is. I thoroughly love doing pictures on my vision boards. Oh, you're fine, hun. I might not still be up when you get back, but it's fine. I will upload the whole live onto YouTube. It does make it more real. Yeah. See, how long have I been? Oh, okay, guys. So I'm probably about to get off of here and go, and so I can do my vision board, and I'll do a video, and post it after I get done and show you the vision boards that we make while we're doing it. We didn't have a whole lot of people come for this, so I'm not gonna do like the crystal grid thing tonight. I'm probably just gonna do that myself at home. But I really wanted to get on here and talk about the vision boards. Happy New Year, hun. Thank you. All right, guys, so I am going to hop off here. I'll put the live is recorded or whatever on TikTok, and so I will take it and put it on YouTube this evening when I get home. So, yeah, and if y'all end up doing vision boards, I want to see them. So, you know, take a picture, whatever, yeah, so that I can see your Your vision boards. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all be safe. If you drink, don't drive. Be responsible. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. And be safe. Oh, thank you. Okay, y'all, if I don't get off here, I won't. So, I want to see your vision boards after you do them. And y'all check the YouTube in a little bit, okay? All right. Good night.